Welcome everyone to the Junk Planet. Today we are looking at the LEGO Star Wars Imperial TIE Fighter. This is one of the brand new 2021 LEGO sets. It has just hit the stores in the last week or so, and I am excited to crack on into this. Much like the X-Wing that I have previously reviewed, please go check out that review. Cool. I'm glad we can talk like this, you and me. We have a special thing going on. Yeah, so this is the one of the new sets that are slightly more affordable. This one will set you back $34.99, I believe, in the UK, which is a steal. This is a proper TIE Fighter kit. I do not own any other TIE Fighter LEGO sets. This is a first for me. So without further ado, let's build. So first up for minifigures we have a TIE Fighter pilot, of course. He comes bearing a stern facial expression. Next up we have a droid, which is NIL-8, I believe. I'm not too familiar with this droid. I'm sure he is a background character, as there are many in the Star Wars universe. And lastly we have, of course, an Imperial Stormtrooper. I believe this has one of the dual molded helmets. Again, I am very new to LEGO. I've only just started collecting in the last few weeks. But this is a big improvement over the LEGO Stormtrooper I used to have as a kid, which I believe had a black head underneath, and then the helmet would go over the top, which would give him the black eyes, whereas now the helmets are dual molded, so the black plastic is actually in the helmet itself, which is pretty cool. And then you get a nice little regular dude head underneath. What I will say is that these helmets do remind me somewhat of the Family Guy Star Wars Stormtroopers. I think it's the chin, they have a big chin. And I'm not a Family Guy fan in the slightest, but I have seen clips from those and that is what it reminds me of. Nonetheless, still a very cool looking Stormtrooper. And of course he comes with a gun. And we are back. That was a relatively enjoyable build, slightly repetitive, but the results, really good, really good. So this is the Imperial TIE Fighter from the original trilogy, and this is the first TIE Fighter in LEGO form that I have owned. Although as a kid I did have Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, I'm not entirely sure what that was called. That was a cool set, I played with that a lot, got a lot of use. Again, the biggest feature of this set isn't the set itself, it's the price tag it comes with. $34.99. A steal. Absolute steal. I think paying that much money for a ship should be the norm for LEGO. I can't believe, I mean, General Grievous's Starfighter. That set was like £80, and it didn't look much bigger than this, to be honest. So you really are getting your money's worth here. You really are. In fact, comparing it with other sets that have come out this year, so with Trouble on Tatooine, you got the speeder bike, this, please stay stood up, this trebuchet thing, and this tent. And yes, you are getting more sets, you know, more parts, more bits of the playset. This was $27.99, so £28. This was $34.99 for the TIE Fighter, which is, some quick maths, £7 more. And I think this, the TIE Fighter, eclipses these in terms of value. You know, if you had to choose between any of these sets, or the 2021 ones, for LEGO Star Wars, now I don't have the Micro Fighter, so I can't give my 2 cents on that, but I think this is the best value for money. As much as I love the X-Wing, and I do think that is a really great set, but if you are a huge X-Wing fan, it might be worth shelling out a bit of extra money towards more of the expensive X-Wings, like the one that came out, I think, in 2018. Whereas this one, I think £35 is absolute steal. Complete steal. The build was really fun. Very simple. It got a bit repetitive building the wings, but that's just because there's 2 of them. That's a design thing, not the LEGO designer's fault. It was very satisfying putting the wings together, though. I like that you had to make them in 2 separate parts and then you combine them, which is pretty cool. In terms of play features, there aren't many. The cockpit opens up like this, and you can fit your pilot in there, like so. It goes in just like that. Works great, he fits in there very snug. My only complaint with that is there's actually no bricks to hold him in place. There's no studs to hold him in place. So he kind of just rattles around in there. I mean, he's not going anywhere, but if you are swooping this thing around playing with it, you are going to hear a lot of that. The only other play feature with the set is the lasers, or the missiles, whatever you want to call them, and they obviously, like every other LEGO set, fire like so. Although do be careful touching them. They like to fire by themselves sometimes. I believe, again, I haven't owned a TIE Fighter before. This is a lot smaller than your regular TIE Fighter builds, although I do hear this one scales a bit better with some of the UCS sets if you have some of them. I unfortunately do not, because I'm not a millionaire. But yeah, I like the scale of this, even though it is smaller. I think it scales a lot better with more of my sets. Like this with the X-Wing. Can we get them all in the shot? With the power of zoom, we can. So I think these scale quite well together. You can have them battling if you want, flying around. Good time. I'm going to have these on my desk. I'm very excited to have these on display. They have immediately replaced my old sets. Goodbye, AT-AT. You are going into the box of shame. That thing just kept falling over. I love it, but it did not stand up at all. So yeah, I think it's a good representation of this ship in the movies. My biggest complaint with the design is you see here how you have these bars on the wings. In the movies, they are actually on the inside of the wings as well, whereas here they are not. Which I think is a big shame, because when you are looking at this thing, yes, it looks great from this side, but then as soon as you see the inside, it's just a lot of black plastic, a lot of holes as well. It doesn't look that visually pleasing. They could just, I'm sure they could implement something where you have these on the inside. But again, for the price, I should not be complaining. I'm very happy to have a TIE Fighter in my collection, and I'm very happy that I paid under £40 for it. In fact, I paid even less. I got this set used. I think I paid £25 for this off Facebook. Obviously it came complete with the box and everything, but yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with myself for that deal. Anyway guys, I'll catch you soon. Keep on liking, keep on subscribing, please. Let's build those numbers. and I promise this channel will be pretty cool if you stick around. Even though the name is Junk, I do provide junk, but I also provide smiles. God, that was creepy. Oh, I'm so creepy. Alright, I'm leaving. That's it. Yeah, if you like Lego, buy it. I like Lego.